Well, we were in the pub, and well, we'd done some stuff, and then we saw some guy who looked like a vampire at the table. We kind of like took the piss out of him, and then we found out that the woman sitting opposite him was Aja Jin, which was quite awkward. And she told us about Watchfire Keep and said that there's some rangers that haven't reported back for a while, so she sent us off to find out what happened to them. And on the way, we got attacked by undead goblins and wargs.
Yep.
And at the end, we met Brogan Boulderarm. Maybe we can all guess what he does with it.
All right.
Who the fuck is in a warehouse?
What?
Sounds like someone's in a warehouse.
That was me.
And just for the record, Mike does not live in a warehouse.
We don't believe you.
All right, so yeah, let's get going. As I said, the pugilist, he is not going to be joining us tonight, Otar, but that's all right. I worked that out. So, so last week you had begun on your journey to the Watchfire Keep. And along the way, you were ambushed, but not even ambushed. You ran into a clearing area that looks like it may have been used as a logging camp. There, you found goblins and wargs. Come to find out, they were all undead. There were 2 dead bodies in the clearing, and a dwarf that you rescued from the tree. He comes down, introduces himself as Brogan Boulderarm, and that was pretty much right where we left off last week. We just made it through the battle. He introduced himself, and so you all are standing about in the clearing. The snow is beginning to fall heavier than it was earlier.
So what happened here then? Who are these dead people?
My associates. I'm, as I said, I'm Brogan, and I'm new to this land, exploring, looking for good quarries, stone, Those my associates who they were sponsoring an expedition of sorts, looking for good deposits of solid granite, because this village is one day going to become a city, or a town, then a city, and who knows. But one thing every town or city needs is stone, good solid stone. Well, unfortunately, we got out here. We were beginning to make a camp. And these things came tearing out of the woods at us. Unfortunately, my 2 associates were slower than I, and, well, they got caught first. They didn't stand a chance. Those wargs ripped them to pieces. And the goblins, for good measure, stuck them with their spears. Horrible sight. He shakes his head. So I guess it's back to the drawing board for me. Not safe, apparently, to go out here in the wilderness without proper protection, I suppose. Didn't think it was quite that bad. I didn't really believe the stories. But looks like I'm heading back to town.
We're heading to the ranger station if you want to follow us and stay with us for the meantime.
How
far away are we from the city, your town?
From the ranger? Well, from the town, you're not quite a full day's journey away.
How far from the station?
More along the lines of a day and a half. He says, well, I really should get back to the city, or village, to Elderholt. Rethink my strategies here.
Well, you might want to rethink going back by yourself.
Well, there is that. And you see Otar, he speaks up. He says, I'll take him back. I'll meet up with you guys. I know where you're going.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do.
I'd say I can't let him go on his own, and should take the bodies back to the village as well. All right, so
The bodies, are they like humans or what?
yes,
dwarves?
there was a male human and a female human.
This guy's a dwarf, right?
Oh yeah,
I don't fucking believe that these guys. His story now, then. There's no fucking way this guy was faster than them. Like, right?
It all depends on where they turned up. They
I
turned up
guess so,
over
but
there
like,
on their side.
look at his
could
little
insight-
legs.
You can insight check his ass.
you could.
I'm gonna do that.
Excuse me.
Incited.
Nice, impressive. You're not entirely sure. You think he's, for the most part, telling the truth. He seems to be genuinely upset over the death of the two individuals, as he most likely watched it happen. And other than that, I mean, yeah, some portions of the story don't necessarily add up, but you don't have any sense of wrongdoing or guilt from him.
Okay, so he's probably just like, he probably could have helped them, but he was like a super chicken shit.
Could be, yeah. I mean, that's
he's got different
logical.
Got it.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, you look at him. He's armored. He does have some armor on. And he has this like a light hammer at his belt, but and a pick, but they look more tools than weapons.
Is this during the day we're at, or getting the evening?
This is actually during the day.
Well, if they're getting the bodies ready, we should go and see if there's anything. These guys that have anything worth anything.
Okay.
Any of the weapons, armor,
Now,
warg skins.
these individual wargs and goblins have been dead for some time. Any skins of the wargs are pretty shot. You see a lot of slash marks. Perhaps they face something out in the world. You don't know, but it does. The skin itself is pretty shredded. Bones and rotting flesh showing through some areas on it. The goblins, they all seem to have crude goblin-made spears. No coin to speak of. And not one of them has any sort of significant markings of leadership or anything. They just all seem to be I guess, grunts, perhaps shock troops in exclamation or in quotation marks. Let me see. One second. All right. It's gonna take too long to do. All right. So Gorbin, as you're standing there and you guys are discussing this, you look off. You just happen to look over to the west, and they're off on a basically it's more or less a cliff, but it's like a rise of just a stone, basically a large stone sticking up out of the ground about 20 feet. There you see through the snow, you see a set of red eyes staring at the group of you. And as you blink and begin to stare through the snow, you see that it's as if your sight clears enough just for a moment. You see the form of a large white wolf. It blinks and then turns and walks in the opposite direction.
But it's an actual like wolf though.
That's what it appears to be.
I'm gonna yell out to it.
You walk over or run over. You get to the area. Okay. You jog over to the area where you thought you saw it. You do find the stone outcropping, and you get up to the top of it. There you do see paw prints. You see they continue into the woods beyond for about 10 feet and then abruptly stop.
Weird.
I say we grab all these bodies. If there's a camp there, make sure everything's clear and just torch these things.
So,
hey, Merrick, what do you make of this? Sorry. Hey,
Nope,
Merrick, what
that's
do you make of this?
I'll go take a look.
Okay. He shows you there are some footprints left in the snow. A rock outcropping. Make a. I guess that would be nature survival. Yeah, we'll go with
nature recalling information.
Yeah, we'll go with survival. All right. Well done. Taking a look. Sorry, look. Just kicked my dog in the face. He's laying on top of my foot, so there is that. But there in the snow, you see there are two massive wolf paw prints. I'm sorry, not two, four. You see it seems as if the wolf had been standing there and then turned and walked away. You and Gorbin followed them for, as I said, about 10 feet, and then the tracks disappear.
And this looks like wolf, not a wart, right?
These don't appear to be wolf, these don't appear to be warg. There is a difference between the prints. These legitimately look like just a really, really big wolf. Like one that you could potentially ride on, like dire wolf size.
I said this looks like an extremely large wolf here, but it doesn't seem to be a warg. But I have
Is there
no
any
idea.
like snapped
what-
tree branches or something like by the trees where the tracks end?
I'm sorry, you what?
Is there like trees like right by where the tracks end?
Yeah, there's trees all over the place.
Is there any,
It's
like
obviously
snapped
was
branches or whatnot. Like if I look up by where the tracks end, are there like scratch marks on the trees or like some like broken branches?
roll an investigation check.
So good.
You
Definitely a tree.
Yeah, you. Yeah, it's definitely a tree. Yeah, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Yeah, nothing seems to be out of place to you, other than the fact that the prints just stop. Taking a quick look around the area. Mike, so for Merrick, it's the same thing. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. There doesn't appear to be broken branches or.
What do you think? Is this an oak? A redwood? I think it's an elm.
There's a lot of excuse me. Basically just conifer trees, pines and the like. There are some deciduous trees in there mixed, but whatever this was, somehow it disappeared.
Well, we should get back and burn those bodies so we can take off.
Yeah, just keep an eye out. It seems to be watching us.
Andre.
Yes.
So as you're kind of examining bodies over here.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what's going on.
Yep. So they all have been dead for some time.
Mhm.
You're a little bit more familiar.
Mm-hmm.
As you're looking at the warg, and then you happen to look over at the goblin behind you, whose head is facing you, and you see an odd mark on its forehead. And upon closer look, it appears that all of them have an odd mark carved into them, whether it's on the head or arms. It is a severed hand with an eye at the center of the hand.
Interesting. It's like carved into their skin, right?
Yeah, I mean, their skin is pretty much putrefied, but you can definitely see I guess it would be like the equivalent of an undead scar, if there is such a thing. But
Okay.
yeah, it's carved precisely. I mean, it some of them appear to be a little bit crude,
Mm-hmm.
as it looks like they were done with a knife, but you can definitely see what was intended.
Yeah. So I would actually attempt to like remove one to have like as like an example. So
Okay.
I try to like cut off a piece of the skin to have as a just have with me to
Sure.
prepare in the future.
No check required. You easily just cut off a flap of the skin with the mark carved into it. As you're doing so, you look down at your arm and you see, as a reminder, the sequence of numbers that are tattooed on your forearm.
Mhm.
On the bottom, just as a reminder of what almost happened.
Yeah.
I see this tattoo, and I'm like, oh, I didn't realize you had these.
It's from long ago and I would change the subject pretty quickly and like show I found this on the forehead of these creatures.
He holds up a bloody flap of skin.
Seems to
You're saving that for later?
In a way, yes. This definitely seems to be organized by something dark and nefarious. This mission seems to be more than what we were led to believe. Or more is going on in this force, at least, than we've been led to believe.
Have you ever heard of undead around here before?
I'm new, so I cannot tell you.
Oh shit! Sorry, I thought I was talking to Merrick.
No, Merrick would be the one. I definitely I think Merrick would be the one to ask about these kind of things.
I would say. I think it's yes at times.
Yeah, I would say that you have seen the undead on occasion, not grouped in like this. It's usually just a random wandering undead, whether it's a skeleton or a zombie. On occasion, you've heard of reports of spirits and ghosts, and some of them you believe, some of them you don't. It's hard to say what's true and what's not out here.
It's not just not.
Do I recognize the symbol?
I'm sorry. Is it underway with the tattoo? Yes. Yes, it is.
The marking on them, is it a tattoo or a scar? Sorry. On the dead bodies.
Undead bodies is a scar.
It looks like they were looking at the flap of skin that he hands you, it does appear to have been carved in some undead rotting flesh sort of way. It does resemble a scar more than it does a tattoo.
Okay, and what is it again?
It is a severed hand, palm facing forward with an eye at the center of the palm.
I
Do
would.
I recognize that symbol?
Yeah, I would also try to see if something came up, whether or not it's like a cultist thing or necromancy thing.
Yeah, you don't think off the top of your head. You haven't heard of anything like Andre, you can make I guess it would be perception. Oh, holy shit.
Wow. What the hell? What the
Oh.
All right. Well, Cora, you look at it.
I think we're gonna roll now.
Growing up, a lot of your downtime, it was spent trying to prepare you for being a proper lady in court. However, you had other plans. You did not want to marry the fool that they had you set up with. He was quite literally a worthless fop. But in your spare time, you read a lot of books. A lot of times you would sneak off. You do remember this mark. Although what you're looking at with the skin and the carving, it appears to be much cruder than what you've seen drawn in the books you remember. It is related to some sort of cult. What you recall is that this cult, they were obsessed with undead, raising the dead, and you don't remember a whole lot of details about them other than they were definitely a very bad group, and they were believed to have been exterminated some time ago, with the occasional circumstance popping up once in a while. But for the most part, the cult seem to have died out. However, evidence of this marking proves otherwise. And Cora, if you're talking, you're muted or something.
We better?
Nope, I can hear you now.
Okay. Sorry, I was talking to myself. I relay the information, of course. About a sick cult of necromancers and necromancy, and they all seem to have disappeared at some moment, but every now and then something crops up.
Yeah, it's
Lathander.
yeah. It's definitely not a good mark. That you know for sure. It is definitely involved with necromancy. The present situation, obviously, definitely making light of that. What they were doing out here, you don't know.
I'll grab a couple of the spears and put it in the pack, and then see if we can't burn these before we go.
Okay. I was going to say, burying is definitely not an option. The ground is pretty well frozen. It would take you quite some time to dig a hole deep enough to put the bodies.
Nope.
Can we just make a pile of them and put some wood over them and just bonfire them?
Yeah, there's an entire stack, probably about 4 feet high of seasoned timber, ready to go and be burned.
Yeah, let's bonfire the fuckers.
Does this look like a day camp? Or is this going to be bigger than just a day camp here?
No, this it appears to be a woodsman's camp, and per your explorations throughout the wilderness, you know that there are numerous logging camps. This appears to may have been one of them when perhaps the weather was a little bit warmer. So basically, fall time. This probably would have been the last time they were out here cutting trees.
Is there any other supplies left here, or?
There's a woodsman's axe over here. And other than that, it just appears to be planks and wood. You see the dwarf gathers up the items for his two previous companions. So I won't burn them. We can take them. Is the ranger camp is it safe? What do you think?
To find out.
He says, I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with the area. What would you suggest I do? You look to be the scout or the ranger of the group.
I thought he was bringing those back.
Well, I was thinking about it, but what would you want to take me to the camp, or would you prefer if I left back to the? I mean, I guess. Sorry, my businessman nature is getting the best of me. Perhaps you know of some deposits, or perhaps there's some nearby this.
No,
keep?
But you could take a look on the way.
Sure. If you don't mind an old dwarf hanging around. And, of course, we'll be bringing my two companions with us as well. We can take care of them there.
Okay.
All right. Otar shrugs. Whatever you want. As he drinks on a bottle of ale. Dude, that was a clutch.
Insane, yeah.
You weren't going to get any information, and then I looked up and I'm like, well, fuck. I got to
No bonus.
Roll with disadvantage. Oh shit.
Right? Yeah, so double 20, yeah, you get something for it. So so Brogan decides he's just going to travel with you with it. It's probably safer with the group of you. Perhaps he saw that other wolf as well. So,
we'll leave the woodsman axe because that's for whoever might come upon that camp again, and just get out of here.
All right. So you finish up. You burn the bodies of the undead with some of that wood, and you gather up the 2 commoners' bodies, and you head off towards the Watchfire Keep. Oh, I'm jealous, dude.
Yeah, Santa's pretty awesome.
So you guys travel. The snow is picking up as you travel the path that leads through the wilderness.
When it gets closer to evening, I think it's a good idea to really start looking for a shelter somewhere for the environment and for if anything attacks us or something.
Okay, absolutely. So along the way, you only travel for a few more hours as daylight fades pretty fast this time of year. But you end up getting to... Hold on, let me switch them over. Where'd it go? All right, so yeah, you get probably within a day's journey of the keep. The wind is blowing pretty harshly, but the trees in the area do protect you from most of that. You find a commonly used campsite by rangers from Elder Holt, hunters and that like. There's even a stone ring there for firewood, and actually a stack of prepared firewood all ready to go. There is basically it's at the bottom of a small rise where a almost like a wave, like an ocean wave of stone, kind of hangs over the area. Basically just giving you guys at least cover from the falling snow, and the trees help with the wind as well. But it's a comfortable area. You see there are a few makeshift beds of basically pine needles or boughs of trees. Nothing spectacular, but it'll have to do.
We got the tents too, so it's not too bad.
Yeah. All right. So, what? You guys begin setting up camp.
If everybody can go set up camp, I'd like to take Brogan and kind of walk around the area. He can kind of survey a little while I just kind of take a look at everything.
All right. So you begin setting up the camp. The remainder of you, what is it that you all are doing? It's cold.
Can I set a fire?
You can try. You got a survival?
I think it's pretty trash, but yes, I do.
It's a number, right?
Yeah. There you go, sir.
Well, since the wood is seasoned, it takes you a little while, but you are able to get a small fire going. It immediately warms your hands, which is pleasant.
After Cora spent ages trying to light it, the moment it catches fire, I just walk up and fire.
Gorman, what are you? You were trying.
This last week, didn't you have the same type of rolling?
No, that was Merrick.
No,
Yeah,
that was
Merrick.
Merrick.
Ones all over the place. Yeah.
You are now bipolar.
Yeah, I was gonna go out and look for food. I find a rock.
Yeah, you find a rock. You've heard of some ogres and the like eating rocks. Not very nutritious and definitely not very tasty.
They're filling though.
Definitely filling. Yeah, you don't. Unfortunately, this area seems to be scarce of game at the moment. All right. And so you guys basically begin to settle in. You do have rations. You were given some for the road. And you guys basically, the sun sets off in the west and quickly enshrouds you in dark. With the campfire reflecting nicely off of the overhang of rock. All right. So, anybody keeping watch, or
I can keep watch.
I'll take second watch, I guess.
I'll take any watch given.
Orban, you're still pretty injured, aren't you?
Nah, I'm fit as a fiddle, actually.
Okay.
I had some cake.
thanks to the orange cake?
Yeah, I had some cake. I'm cool.
So,
Lucky bastard.
all right.
I'll pluck away at my strings.
All right. So, Evie, you are up. Keeping a.
Let me show you how it's done. Fuck's sake.
Perception? Performance. There it is.
Ugh, it's too cold.
You guys are the worst musical troupe ever.
Oh, 11's not so bad.
No, 11's not quite that bad. You were the best out of all of them. But, yes, so, yeah, you're pretty much everybody eventually settles down, beds down for the night. And so, that's nice. So as you sit there and you're keeping watch, it's pretty uneventful. However, the wilderness is full of noises. A lot of wolves howling in the distance. Nothing horribly close. Nothing, at least, to be all that upset about.
No other bagpipes in the area?
What's up?
No other bagpipes in the area?
No other backups. All right. So your watch goes by uneventfully. Almost disheartened that it did so. You pass on the watch. Who was next?
I would take it. I'll try to get at the darkest point in the night. Is when I would try to take my watch. But so whenever that is, that's next or the one after.
Okay, so it'll be the one after. So who?
I'll take the next one then.
Just a friendly reminder, Josh, just in case I have that active always.
Okay.
Oh God!
I'm blind.
Jesus Christ, dude. I am super worried about our party.
No, I think it's roll 20, man. This is crazy.
Merrick, it is not you this week. Thank God.
We've had three nat 1s and 3 nat 20s.
This is crazy.
It is
Wait,
crazy.
and 4 of them have come from Gorbun.
Oh my God. You don't see anything. Some smoke blows in your eyes.
Gorbun's just
take
like,
some water.
Yeah, can that be an instead that I'm like, yeah, I'll get the watch. I go over and sit down.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So yeah, you end up falling asleep on watch.
Gorbun snores wake me up, and I laugh. I just go sit next to him, and I carry on his watch. He snores loudly.
As you're used to, but it comes. His watch goes by uneventfully, and that brings us to Andre's watch is next.
Yes, seeing Gorbun asleep, I scowl and kick him in the leg. Wake up, you oaf! It's my turn.
All right, so
I turn over, don't even wake up, and just cuddle Andre.
I light a firebolt in my hand. Don't throw it at him. Just light it so that it burns him while he hugs me.
I wake up just standing up, holding Andre. He's like 2 feet off the ground. Ah!
Well, this is very amusing.
Oh hi, Andre. How you doing? I had this
Excellent.
fabulous dream. I was eating a sandwich and it was delicious.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
what the?
Oh my god!
I didn't mean to do that. I tried to minimize it in
Explode.
my thing, and it like did
What
that.
happened? Oh my! What the
I didn't mean
fuck?
to do that. I'm not trying to kill Gorbun.
I fucking sneezed and a tree lit up.
Like how much damage was that too?
Okay, we're gonna say because
I don't
you
wanna see, I
rolled
don't wanna see.
at 20, you just graze him with the firebolt enough to wake him up, not to incinerate him and.
Like
I'm gonna point in the sky and do one as well, just to see what happens.
I'm sorry, this is insane.
it's
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
like that could very well kill him if I hit him with that.
Oh my
Jesus.
fuck! I've never seen anything like this.
Oh shit! All right, didn't mean to do that. Maybe I should have used chill touch and scare him off with that instead. But yeah, I'm like, go ahead and have your rest. I'll take over from here.
All right. So after everything settles back down, they fall back to sleep. And darkest part of night, you are now wide awake.
Mm-hmm.
And so as you're sitting there, that tattoo just keeps itching at you. You keep looking down on it, and it's almost driving you mad. You're currently searching for your brother, and it's pushing you to extremes, pretty much. You know what has probably transpired with him. However, you know that there is still a chance because your brother was a fighter, and he was always strong. But seeing undead goblins and wargs, and you waking up, it's unnerving. Nonetheless, you're going to strive on, trying to recover your brother. They're off at the edge of the light, basically at the tree line. You see a set of red eyes staring at you.
Hey, it's my friend.
Yeah. I very slowly move my hand to my crossbow and grip it, waiting to see if there's any movement.
Don't you fucking shoot my little friend. His name is Watson, and he's gonna be my best friend, and we're gonna solve crimes together.
I'm so impressed.
You see it very slowly, non-threateningly. It takes a few steps forward into the light. And there is the monstrosity of a wolf. Snow white fur. However, you quickly realize that this wolf is no longer living. It opens its mouth and I found you.
What are you, beast?
Master wants you. You are a success.
If that's what I am, I don't want to see the failures.
Come. Save your kin.
As soon as he says that, I leave my feet. What do you mean?
In an unnatural, very creepy sort of way, you see the wolf chuckles. I have your attention now, don't I?
Don't play these games with me. Speak.
You got away from me once. You shall not again. Nope.
It's okay. This time I won't be running away. Find you. I'll make you pay.
I shall be watching you. You shall return to me, whether you like it or not.
As he says that, I form another firebolt in my hand. Like, these dark gifts that you have so kindly given to me, be your demise. And I shoot it at the wolf.
All right, let's see.
Not at 20, but it works.
All right, you hit the wolf. Let's see the damage.
Average.
You hit it and you blast it. It burns into its flesh, or what's left of it, in the fur. Would they
That wake any of us up?
Not quite. You all begin getting the sense that something's happening, but you're deep within slumber. Andre, the wolf again chuckles. Go to the barrows. The Nord barrows. You will know the way.
Why should I trust anything you have to say?
I have your brother, of course. The wolf laughs at you.
Well, guess the sooner I find you, the sooner I can end this all. I'll be there.
Excellent. As the wolf turns from you and darts off into the woods. Cora, you wake up. You had this nagging sense that something was amiss, but you were so deep within your slumber that you just couldn't bring yourself to wake up. Now realizing it, you know for a fact it's undead.
Okay. Is anybody still up? Or
You see Andre over towards at the edge of the light. You see. Make a perception check.
Woo! Back to sleep.
Jesus Christ.
Roll 20's busted.
It is.
Roll 20.
It's
Or
done.
something. Everybody thought I was joking when I used to say that. Oh. All right.
Oh well.
So,
Thanks, Josh.
wow. Yeah.
I'm rolling my real dice to the end of tonight.
Yeah, you look around and you're not sure what he's doing, but he seems to be perhaps upset about something, but you're not sure. You don't sense that undead anymore. Perhaps you're not sure. Maybe you were just dreaming it.
Oh well. Maybe next time.
So, Andre, mad as hell. You eventually make your way off back to the fire. To the companions around in the campsite. You see Cora's awake, although barely. And that is all that happens through the rest of your shift. Probably more than you bargained for, but
Yeah. I would. Is Cora taking next watch, or is that someone else? Sorry, who's next watch?
yeah, actually, Cora, I believe it was going to be your watch now. You're the last one, the volunteers, so I think.
I would. When the time came for her to take over, I would approach her and like, I saw things walking in the forest. They didn't enter the camp, but I think I did see something out there. So keep your eyes peeled.
Did you see their shape or any clues to what they were?
Could have been a forest creature. I looked by quadrupedal, so it could have been a wolf or something.
Okay. All right. A little nervous. Yeah, I'll head to the edge of the camp and have a seat. Lean up against a tree, whatever.
All right. So as you sit there, you're having a pretty peaceful watch. Off in the distance to the east, you see the sun is beginning to lighten the horizon. As morning is not too far off. Yeah, your watch goes by relatively quick, you think. Nothing out of the ordinary seems to happen. And here they are. Oh. So basically, Merrick awakens a short while later, just as the sun is beginning to really brighten the encampment. I was just emptying them onto the table. All right. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Sounds wonderful.
So your watch goes by uneventfully. Merrick waits up first. You guys basically, you get something to eat in the morning, and you end up breaking camp shortly after dawn. All right, yeah, you make something pretty simple. Basically, you had some eggs that were in one of your packs. You make some eggs, and you had some sausage as well, and some bacon. So you basically just made a protein breakfast, shared it with everybody.
Can I do a little demonstration for y'all? Anybody?
Sure.
Okay. This is regular dice. Okay. This is metal dice. And there goes my desk.
Yeah, I was going to say, is your desk still standing?
Okay. Demo done.
All right. So you guys end up breaking camp, and you travel through most of the morning. Snow has stopped. There's an extra couple inches on the ground from the day before, from overnight, but today there's breaks in the clouds as the sun peeks through. It's still breezy, and cold, of course. You travel along this path. Appears to be a well-worn path through the wilderness around Elder Holt. Yep, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. You do have the mule. So yeah, you.
What's his name? Leothander?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we named him in honor of Savior's Day coming up.
So yeah.
Meg just came back from Florida. Somebody was.
Oh, nice.
I missed. We just started, woke up and fixing something to eat before we left.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all that happened.
I think Gorbin.
All right, so
Someone from the church needs to eat every once in a while.
So as you guys are going down this well-worn path, as you do see, they're snow-covered and frozen, but there are wagon ruts, wagon wheel ruts in the road that lead on further to the west. With the sun at your backs, you continue to travel for the next couple of hours, snacking on occasion on some beef jerky and dry rations. Cora.
Yes.
So as you guys are walking, you see Brogan walks up. Says,
What's up, bro?
He looks over his shoulder at the rest of the group. He says, so the dead guy, he nods. You're knowingly, you know already. He's speaking of Andre.
Right.
He says, I don't know. I thought it might have been dreaming, but I swear I saw him talking to a wolf last night.
A wolf? A real wolf?
Large, big, very big. You guys were, one of you was talking about really big and white. I don't know. I thought I saw him. It looked like he was speaking with it. I don't know what it means, but maybe I was just dreaming. Forget
okay.
Forget I said anything. He's sees he strokes his beard a couple times. So know of any good stone around here?
I'm sorry.
Stone.
I haven't. We've been to a mine before. Supposedly there's some gem in there and coal.
That's already been. It's already claimed. I'm looking. Oh, you're new, aren't you?
Yeah, I just arrived off the boat last week.
Well, I suppose you couldn't help, but I have to ask, and you'll excuse me if I'm prying, but what's a fair-looking maiden like you doing out here in the middle of the woods on a exile? It just, you appear to be of some sort of importance or birth, or I don't know. Just say it.
I'm not very important. I come from lands that are troubled, and I just had to get away. There isn't any really great story behind it. I just keep most of it to myself.
No, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Well, if you're ever looking for an investment, once I do find some good quality granite, mind you, you'll know who to look for. And I'll pay tenfold, I promise you. Elderholt, it's going to be a big, important place someday. You just wait and see.
I'm not very keen in the ways of coin. What are you looking for initial investment?
Well, it's startup costs, expedition costs, looking for, eventually once I do find what I'm looking for, basically I have to make some sort of camp out here and perhaps some sort of home. And, I'll need tools and supplies, and, well, it'll be rough at first, I understand, but
I'll tell you what.
Worthwhile in the end.
Sir, how much are you looking for?
Oh, no, not right now, mind you. I'm pretty content with you just saving my hide from that tree. I do appreciate it, lass, but once let me find what I'm looking for, and then we can talk. How about that?
That's perfectly fine.
Keep your coin for now.
Okay, I reach out my hand, the shake.
All right, he shakes it firmly. Rough, calloused hands of typical of a dwarf, but
just a backstory in case you don't know. My clan is pretty close to a dwarven clan, so I'm familiar with some type of dwarf, so I know how to deal with them. Yep. So yeah, I grab him right back, nice, as firm as I can get, and give it a good shake.
All right. All right. Well, let's see what we can find. Perhaps I can find some answers at the keep. What do you know about Watchfire Keep?
Supposedly it's used as some sort of maybe a signal fire.
Interesting. Locals didn't really want to share too much with me. Perhaps I was speaking to the wrong crowd. Perhaps they feared I was encroaching on their what they thought was their investments. But neither here nor there.
Yeah, they're not very friendly to me either. Even some among my own group.
Sorry to hear that, lass. It's sad, really. You're a fine-looking, no insult or anything intended. As you see, he blushes slightly, stroking his beard.
Same.
I'm guessing as you say that, you like look back, like as some of my group, and you obviously like as Gorba notices you, just flicks you off, throws you a middle finger.
And I just shrug and see, like, see that? There you go.
Gorba strokes her beard too. Well, you know what I mean. And he says, well, perhaps I can strike up some other business. He says, I'll be talking to your core.
And you.
And Brogan stomps off, and you see he begins speaking with Otar. Otar, you see, drink in hands, rolls his eyes at the dwarf, listens in half-heartedly as you guys continue your march through the down the trail. The rest of the day goes by pretty uneventfully, and you all you see the snow begins to fall again as the cloud cover seems to have reappeared tenfold as the snow begins to come down and near whiteout conditions. And all right. The wilds of Haldria are immense and dangerous. Thankfully for those that brave the wild, there is an old keep belonging to some former civilization or another. A lone beacon in the woods, this keep serves as both a safe resting spot for adventurers, hunters, and woodsmen, and also as a watch post for any encroaching trouble. A small band of rangers oversee the ruins and have fixed it up to some degree, offering refuge to those bold enough to travel this far from Elderholt. The keep itself is a squat, round stone structure made strictly for defensive purposes. It is mostly intact, but in dire need of maintenance and repair. A few smaller towers once defended its crumbled walls, now only a shadow of what was most likely a grand structure in its day. A few tents populate the inner courtyard, made of oiled canvas that offer more than a meager protection from the elements. The namesake, the Watchfire, sits atop a rise of large stones, visible from afar as it sits above the wall's height. The fire is nothing more than a smoldering mass of ash, although a pile of fresh wood sits off to one side as if forgotten about. And lying in the courtyard can only be the remains of the rangers tasked with manning the Watchfire. These bodies have been smashed good, as if by some heavy weight or blunt force. All that remains to tell the tale, staining the snow-covered ground. No more than a day or so old, they lie frozen to the earth. Other than a few crows cawing from the upper walls of the main tower and the wind winding its way through the cracks of the keep, the area is unsettlingly quiet. And let me go ahead and bring you to the map. All right. Let me. Whoop. All right, there you are. And where'd it go? Whoop. All right, there's Brogan. So there you are. That is the scene that lies before you. You guys can all see, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so. I tested it out before. But all right.
Who's this guy here?
That's Cora.
Oh, is there a new icon?
One of.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
looks like a
I had to zoom in last night
Pile
to
of
figure out who it
stones.
was. I'm like, what? Who is? I'm like,
Oh no, sorry,
see-
I can see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to zoom way in to see it to make it out.
Wait, what? Why is
Here.
my bio portrait?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's put mine in now finally as well. I'm kind of stretched. Okay,
What the
work this out
fuck?
later.
Man, you got a fat face. I mean, wait.
Fucking Mrs. Potato Head.
Anyway, so yeah,
He looks like an ogre.
So speaking of Gorman, I know you're not an ogre. There, you're kind of standing in the midst of these rangers just getting demolished. You could just see one of them; his head is completely missing. As it, and by completely missing, I mean like it may very well be in the middle of his chest right now.
Hey, Merritt,
and
do you recognize any of these guys?
Merrick?
Yeah.
All right, I would say that yeah, you know them as rangers that basically they're tasked with the outpost, but they come and go. They usually have rotations. You knew all three of them, although not all that well.
That's a couple of the rangers. I'll see if I can't hear anything, grab my weapons, hand axe and sword, and see if I hear anything on the other side of the door.
All right, make a perception check. All right. You do not hear anything. You don't hear. It's definitely quiet. Like other than the crows and the wind, you don't hear anything.
I'll open the door and head in.
All right. Let me go ahead and. All right. And
Well, if Merrick's heading in, I guess I'd follow him.
He's brave.
all right. So, could you see in there now, Mary?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. There you see inside the main keep. When I say keep, it's really a large tower, completely 100% for defensive purposes. You see there were steps that led up into upper floors. However, they're long since collapsed, as are most of the floors above. There you see in the center of the room, there is a fire burning. It smells perhaps like coal burning. There are some skins laying on the floor, a rack with some drying meat. There is a barrel, presumably for some ale. And across the room, standing almost menacingly, is a large statue. There is some snow on the floor in here, as there are cracks in the ceiling, but despite the fact that the snow is in here, it is relatively warm. At least warmer than outside.
So is some of that roof open to the sky then?
Portions of the inner keep are open to the sky. Looks like it never got fully repaired.
Come in. Seems strange that this fire's still going, right?
It is a coal fire. So even though that looks like giant flames, it's really just a small fire. Coals burning hot, as if
Is there more fuel around?
Yeah, you see there is a small sack, which is not on the
But
thing
they,
next to the fire.
but they had to have one hell of a fire because they looked like they were dead at least a day or two, right?
Yeah, it looks like perhaps the coal has been burning for some time. It looks like it might die out within another couple of hours or so as the flames are beginning to die down. Many of the coals themselves are, excuse me, are broken into ash at this point.
I throw more coal on the fire.
Okay. You throw some more coal. It takes a while, but yeah, it heats back up, warms up.
I help it along. I don't help it along.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Is somebody keeping track of how many of each we're
We
rolling?
are at 10 now.
Holy shit.
What, 10 of each?
No, 10 in total.
Take out the statue.
Sorry. So taking a look, it is weathered and aged as perhaps the ceiling above let ages worth of water and ice and whatnot form on it, but it does appear to be some sort of humanoid with an axe. Appears to be a portion of an axe in its hand. Let me grab something real quick. No, that is not what I wanted. That is written on a plate at the base of the statue. Some of the letters are hard to make out, but
What do the Nord speak, by the way? Just are we calling it just like general Nordic, or do they?
yeah, along those lines, yeah.
Do I know what it is since I speak Nordic?
It is not Nordic. That much you do know for sure.
It's dodgy Norwegian. Really dodgy Norwegian.
I know it is relatively close. Yeah, I found a nifty little site that I'm enjoying so far, but I digress. Yeah, so it is written there, chiseled into the stone, ages old. Other than that, the features of the pretty much the face and the head are long since eroded. The only thing you can see is that the figure did have a beard, and there is, although broken, there is what appears to be a crown of sorts on its head. Of course, completely made out of stone, nothing you guys can steal. Let me make that clear.
Not with that attitude, we
No
can't.
new scrapes or nothing.
What's that?
No new scrapes or nothing on the stone. No scrapes, scratches.
Scratches. No, you don't see anything that indicates it being scratched or hacked at or anything like that. It literally looks like it's just aged and weathered, ancient, and definitely too big to move.
I'll go outside and take a look See if I can't tell any more about how the Rangers died, or
All
find
right.
any footprints or anything.
Sure, absolutely. You see there are footprints all around the area. Make a survival check. All right, nice. All right, so looking around, you do see a set of footprints that are large, very big. And it appears you see that there is a tent, or what used to be a functional tent, completely collapsed, smashed in. It looks like the Rangers died of some very severe blunt force trauma. Basically to the heads. You do see some puncture marks, though. This guy in particular, whatever killed him had completely cracked his rib cage, and you see the between the protruding ribs, you see there's like a hole from, not necessarily a blade, but definitely a puncture wound. This one is missing the head, and that one, its head is twisted around, facing the wrong way, laying on its side in the snow.
So what's that fire that we're supposed to keep going? Is that the circle down below?
Yes, this you know of. This is the Watchfire. You see that there is some cinder in there, but it make an investigation check. Nope.
Can I make one as well? Because I'm walking over to it.
If you want to. All right. Evie, it looks like it was allowed to burn down to near nothing. You see there is a fresh pile of wood over here. It's as if the wood was just left. Now, given there are 3 dead Rangers here, but it doesn't look like they ever had the chance to relight the fire.
I look over to Merrick and ask him, should I get this relit?
Have at it. Let's see what you got.
Okay. Is there enough wood on at the moment, or do I need to? I guess need to transfer
you
the wood
can
across.
you can get it started with what's remaining. You will have to add more to keep it going, but yeah.
Okay, I'll just light it to start off with then.
Okay. All right, nice. Well, you definitely hit it. All right. With a blast of firebolt, the flames they rise and hold on.
We should be custom wise fine with burning the Rangers, right?
Whee! It's interactive and everything.
Yep. So I'm sorry, Merrick. What were you asking about the Rangers?
I said that would be it would still be okay custom for them to burn those in the fire, right? The Rangers.
You can't necessarily bury them, but you could. You could do it there, or you can do it elsewhere. There's plenty of wood around, a couple different wood piles, wood stacked up. It's completely up to you, or you can always try to make basically pile rocks on top of them. This is also an acceptable tradition, but up to you.
I'll let them burn in the fires that they were watching. Just make sure if there's anything of worth keeping to be able to leave here or whatever.
All right. So from the Rangers, let's see here. All right, you find 25 arrows and 1 longbow that is serviceable. And actually, the string is snapped, but you're able to take the string from another longbow that the string isn't destroyed, but the bow was destroyed. So
Okay.
1 longbow, 25 arrows. You do see that they did have some meager amount of coin on them. They had, between the 3 of them, they had 6 gold pieces and 17 silver.
Sorry, say that again.
6 gold, 17 silver.
Okay, I've taken a note of that. Ottar was bank master, so
Yep. And also 28 copper. That's total what you find between the 3 of them. They each have a serviceable short sword as well. Just plain old regular short swords.
Okay. Just if there's anything like that tent, anything else that's outside, we should probably bring it inside for the time being. And I don't think we should be staying outside.
am I okay to take one of the short swords?
Yeah. Does anybody want a bow?
I might. I don't know if I can use a bow though. To be honest,
Gorban can use it as a toothpick.
I cannot use a bow. So never mind.
And it's a longbow to boot. So
Yeah.
I'll take the arrows then.
okay.
My ability to do anything is very limited with attacking.
What did I?
Well, seems we found the rangers we were looking for.
Well, maybe not, because didn't Arjun say that she'd sent some rangers to check up on the first set of rangers that hadn't turned up? So we should be looking for more like 2 groups of them.
Yeah.
Potentially, yes, I guess. Maybe take a look around, but anything that did this to them, it could very well be around still.
So anything that was in that tent or the whole tent, just take it all inside.
Mm-hmm. What time of day is it? When do we get here? Is it very
It's
early or?
No, it's more along the lines of afternoon, probably about 3 p.m. It will begin to get dark soon. The sun is waning at the moment.
Let's see if we can maybe we can find a good spot on the second level or something that we could look out farther away from.
I don't think we can make enough distance for me to feel confident in the woods out near here. So essentially, stay the night here, then leave in the morning.
All right, just one moment. I'll be right back.
We gotta stay here till the other group comes.
Yeah, wait for them. But we should make sure secure everything. 'Cause I don't know if there's anything behind here.
Yeah, once we get inside, you should probably barricade the doors too.
Yeah.
We just need to find another watchtower and make it our own.
All right.
Okay, I am back. All right, so somebody had, I believe it was Merrick, was looking at footprints. You see that they are interspersed throughout this area. And there are a lot that lead over that area past the Watchfire as well.
Oh, I guess before I went and settled inside, I would have looked around there then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you see there is a skin drying out here. Looks like deer. The tent currently empty. Looks like there's some personal effects of probably one of the rangers. A crate that is currently empty. It doesn't look like there was anything in it. Looks like perhaps it might be used for something else, but yeah, you see their footprints. They lead over around that side over there. All right, and there you see a trail of, footprints. You see a pile of broken rock next to a set of stairs that descends into the darkness.
You're very windy today.
And there's another statue, huh?
The stone there, directly in front of you, Merrick. It looks like perhaps it was a large block of stone that had covered this, the stairwell.
Right there.
And it looks like it was moved aside or picked up and broken, or you're not sure. The statues are also very similar. They are that of warriors, long since eroded. You can barely make out any features other than the fact that they are humanoid.
I'll draw my bow and say, why don't you get everybody else? Looks like there's something underneath this place.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Who am I missing?
Corbin.
Oh, Corbin.
Gobblebottom.
What about me?
Hmm?
Oh, sorry,
I
I'm still inside.
That's okay. Moved you down below with everybody else. They went to get you, and there you see a set of stairs leading or descending into the darkness. All right, and all right. I take it you are all traveling down the stairs.
Yeah.
Seems so.
No, we're not going to do that today.
All right, so nothing came up. I'll switch weapons.
Oh, we can see everything.
Oh crap! Hold on.
I've put my hands over my eyes.
Quick, analyze everything.
I'm peeking. Screenshot. Zoom out and screenshot.
Oh, I saw the traps, guys. We're good. Oh man, that dragon's gonna be a real pain though.
Totally didn't see the ogres, the orcs, and the cultists in the big room.
You didn't see the beholders either.
Nope, totally didn't see that.
Or Sauron.
Oh, that would be why I don't have it turned on.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
Should take
That's.
What?
Hold on, just let me. Out, hanging about, out, just. Are you saying something? As you broke up real bad. Basically, barrels and
I see nothing.
sacks of rocks and all different kind, even foodstuffs are thrown here, basically trying to impede your progress.
Okay.
Why am I listening to?
No enemies.
Yeah, I think
nope,
there's
and
a
you see
fight
the-
or a
you
right
can't-
on my street.
Make a perception check.
Are we meant to be blind, by the way?
I'm not too good at this
I see
anymore,
nothing.
so let's see. I'm gonna close my sheet. Oh, what the fuck is it?
I be blind.
Oh, bloody hell, drunk people.
I did. Okay. Here
Mine
we
too.
go.
Okay. Why am I listening to myself talk at a previous campaign or
That's
previous
a good roll.
adventure?
I wasted that.
All right.
Alex.
So you act.
Did it stop?
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot that. Yeah, I've got weird audio routing at the moment. On the
I'm
bright
like-
side, our most recent episode has had 9 views. That
How
might
many?
have been us.
9? Wasn't me. I didn't go in.
That's 9 more than 0.
Fuck, I ran it. Why do I
Holy
need to hear it
fuck,
again?
We're monetizing this
We're
shit.
famous.
I haven't seen any of the episodes yet.
All right. So, Corbin, help me out here. What is your infravision?
Stay hot 0.
What?
A real hot 0.
Oh, okay. So sorry about that. Evie, do you have infravision?
Normal. I think it's 60.
60. Okay.
Hey Josh, could you refresh my token by any chance? Like remove it and put it back in.
Yep.
Just so I can see if I can get one where we can actually see my character again.
Oh, well, if you're doing that, you do it on me as well. I've put a square one on now, so it shouldn't be fat face.
Yeah, I'm just trying to correct it so we can. That one's black too, which doesn't help here. I can't see shit.
Hold on. I'm getting there.
Oh, you're good. I love you.
Basically, we're playing hotties, so we want to be hotties.
Cora does not have infravision.
Right. I do have torches.
Oh, touch that light spell.
That's sight. Andre, do you have infravision?
Yes, 120.
120. All right.
Super night vision.
All right. Thank you. I'm gonna have to fix that so I don't have to ask you guys every time. And Merrick, do you have infravision?
No.
You're human, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
All
we need to
right.
do that for everybody, I think.
All right, so there you were standing at the bottom of the steps. Very little light filters down from above as it did descend some distance.
So was it like a trapdoor on the top, or was it just steps?
No, it looks like there appeared to have been sealed by a large stone block that had been looked like it was picked up and tossed to the side and smashed into smithereens, more or less.
So the steps were just like there, just like a hole
No,
in
the
ground.
steps would have been underneath the stone. The stone, basically, the stone acted as a lid to seal the stairs. Looked like the stone that fit like a lid over the staircase was picked up and tossed. And broken into pieces. There before you is a gate, metal, iron gate, slightly rusted, but surprisingly intact.
Oh, I can't see
Uh,
anything.
Goblins, does it look like it's trapped or anything?
Yeah, let's find out. The hard way. I'm just gonna open it up.
Okay, you push, and go ahead and that. All right, revealing a hallway.
Nope, not trapped.
All right, those of you should be able to see that light over this
Nothing.
direction.
Nothing.
You don't see anything?
I got nothing.
Hold on. Oh, I thought I checked that. Sorry. There you go. All right. So there, you see, you are in a large stone corridor that sends both north and south.
And there's torches lit.
Yeah, there are.
Do they look like magical torches, or are they relatively fresh?
Make a an intelligence check, or not an intelligence check, a investigation.
I'm right next to it. Does it feel hot?
No, it does not.
It might be magical. I don't feel any heat.
I don't know shit. It's bright.
I take that torch off.
I stick my hand in it.
Nothing happens.
Ah. I stick my face in it.
Nothing happens. You see there is a ancient piece of pottery there, and further to the north you see there's another. Other than that, the hallway appears to be completely empty.
Peekaboo. And peekaboo. Anyway.
I put my hand on her shoulder. It's okay.
All right. All right. So I really should do the party thing, but that's okay. You guys to the north there, you see another hallway with lighting of a few torches. Although the light is relatively sporadic.
This place looks a lot bigger than the keep. Looks like most of it was down here.
Well, this wasn't. This was just a small portion of the keep.
Oh, it's the rest of it like ruins.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, does this seem older than the keep did? Like the stone itself? Or a similar age?
Make an investigation check.
I mean, it's weathered better because it's not in the weather.
That's true, right? Investigation. I'm not very good at that kind of stuff. Yeah.
All right.
Rolling
You're
like
not
shit today.
Yeah, well, sometimes when you're not rolling 20s. But yeah, you really can't tell. It definitely appears to be old. But beyond that, you're not entirely sure. Evie, you have the torch?
No,
Oh, I thought you grabbed the torch.
no, I was just like putting my head in
Messing
and
with
out.
it. Okay. Did somebody grab Merrick? Did you grab the torch?
I'm going to grab this one here.
You know what? I'm gonna. Yeah, she got that one, I guess.
Don't we have light the light spell?
I don't have light spell.
Who had that?
Rocky did.
Oh, you're right. So I already cast it on Gorbon last time, but
I know my spelling sucks with my computer.
All right. So, Cora, I'm going to drag you up to the rest of the group.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. And
You should
all
be
right.
Evie should be glowing now, right?
And is glowing.
Because she's got a torch, right?
Yep. Let me.
Or
I
she's
just learn
probably
how to turn my eyes up and just like make purple light whenever I want. Just like ramp up the crazy and let my eyes go like warm, warm.
All right. Everybody see your light now?
Yeah.
Okay. There in that room, you see there are two sarcophagi that are broken. As well, there appears to have been what might have been a door that is laying broken, a stone door or a portion of a wall or something along those lines, but it is laying broken on the ground there. Inside that room, you see there are two urns and broken bits of stone as well.
I look in the top one, poke my nose in.
All right.
Hello. It was meant to be me putting my head in and talking into it. Didn't sound very good.
All right. Nothing in it. Whatever may have been in it is long since dissipated. You do. There is an old musty scent coming from it, but beyond that, you're not sure. Same with that urn as well.
Okay.
I'm going back to that corner. And I'm going to grab that torch.
Oh, hold on. You're gonna
Grab the torch and tie it off to my waist. Since I don't have to worry about it going out.
or burning you. Probably more important part. All right, there you go. All right, you are carrying said torch with you.
I'm looking in the sarcophaguses now.
All right. There are no bodies.
No Striggers as well, then. Just thinking of the Strigger episode of which.
Yeah, there are no bodies inside the sarcophagi. All right, and there is a set of doors here. Another one here.
What's below Gorbon? Oh, bloody hell.
Open door.
All right. You try the door, and let me go ahead and open that for you. All right. There inside, you see 9 sarcophagi, all of which still remain sealed. On the outside of the room, there are 2 statues, definitely of dwarves.
They're dwarves, but the sarcophagus look like dwarves or humans?
No, I'm sorry. The statues look like dwarves. The sarcophagus. Hard to say. You're not entirely sure how thick they are, but It could definitely be dwarves inside of them. You're not sure.
Close back up the door.
Okay. There is more of that writing in that room as well. Nothing that you can decipher, though.
Let's go back over here and check out the other side doors.
Okay.
Man, I need to learn how to write sarcophaguses. I've got a feeling I've made a travesty of that spelling.
All right.
This looks important.
All right. Inside here, you see there are immediately inside the door, as the doors open outward towards you, you see there is a statue to either store or either side of the door facing each other. And at the center of the room, there are two rather ornate sarcophagus. Or sarcophagus.
Does it look like they've been opened anytime recently?
From where you're... All right. You step across... Why
do I get the feeling this is a bad thing?
Merrick. Merrick, roll perception. Uh-oh, who dropped out?
I did. I'll be right back.
Ah. All right. So you see as she, Evie, crosses the plane between the two statues. You momentarily see the eyes of the statues light up. And
if I can grab her, I'll grab her and spin around, so like throwing both of us out of there. I'll like drop it and drop down and throw her over top of me.
All right. Evie, make a dexterity check.
Is that with advantage?
At advantage. Yep.
Okay. Is that dexterity save or no? Press dexterity. Cool.
Yeah. All right. So at advantage, you duck out of the way as you see Merrick Merrick pulls you out of the way as you see crossbow bolts basically sail down the passageway past you as they came out of this wall straight ahead. Narrowly missing you, as apparently there is a trap that you set off as you stepped in.
Can I see the trigger of the trap now that I'm looking for it?
Now that you're looking for it and you actually felt it, it is a pressure plate here, and you see that this one is similar. Same thing.
Is it still active?
It's not depressed, so perhaps you're not sure. You're not. I mean, you know how to kind of pick a lock, and give me a.
Sorry about that, Evie.
Give me an investigation check, and we'll see if you can notice anything else.
Sorry, you'll have to head out a bit early. I have a little bit of a family.
Doorbell message.
Yep, it is definitely reloaded. Ready to rip you apart.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit of a
help Evie back up.
I guess.
I'm sorry about that.
I'll see you all next week, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, good luck. I hope everything works out.
All right, thank you. See you guys.
Yeah.
What did I just miss?
The message on Roll20. Corbin had to go.
Oh. No, that's completely fine. Nope. And honestly, we're getting to the a good stopping point. So what are you guys... That's not good. What are you guys looking for at the... Evie, you do see the trap reset. You definitely see both pieces of floor directly inside between the statues. That is definitely the trigger.
And I've got a thieves' tools check above. I don't know if that's enough
Oh,
to.
I'm sorry.
If I can work out a way of disabling them,
All right. Yep.
unless people can just step over it.
All right. Well, it's a 5. It would be like a 5-foot step, but all right. 15. Well done. You do, in fact, you are able to disarm it. You do the plates. You hear a clunk from underneath both of them when you disarm it, as there's no longer, I guess, like the spring to basically rearm and have it fire. Well done.
Yay! I step in again. Oh, so now that I'm not getting shot with arrows, do the sarcophaguses look like they've been opened recently?
Does not appear so. They appear to still be sealed.
But do they look more fancy? Because these two have people on the middle, on the lid, don't they?
Yep, definitely. It depicts a warrior in armor. Despite what the screen says, each is holding an axe.
These must be from the people whose civilization was here before the Nords.
That definitely seems
Did
to
Josh
be.
say that they were dwarven, or
The statues are
make that up.
definitely that of dwarves. And as
but
looking at the tops of the sarcophagi, they definitely look like dwarves as well.
so all of them look like dwarves.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Magnificent work.
Is there
Anything
anything
in
in
the
the
urns?
water?
Wow, the sink.
All right. In the urn,
That was like ballet. Yeah.
you find 63 silver pieces.
$63 silver pieces.
So a total of 80.
Mm-hmm.
Merrick, you find. Wow. 103 gold pieces.
Damn.
Whoa.
Free robbing has
I
its
walk over
benefits.
to Merrick and knock him out. Joking.
This is where we kill him to rob him.
Be like Lysandra, I didn't find anything. Talk about jingle, 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 jingle.
Sounds like you're having an issue walking over there. What's going on?
His pants are bulging.
I found some gold in the pottery.
Fuck, that's a nice handful of gold.
Well,
I walk over and bite a piece of gold, not knowing what you're meant to be nibbling for.
I'll look at the pictures on the gold and the silver. Are they the pictures
They
from
are.
that we see time?
They are unfamiliar to you. One has the symbol of a hammer, surrounded by a sun. That is the gold piece.
Sorry, the gold has.
Hammer, basically surrounded by a sun. the silver piece has has a visage of a crowned individual. Appears to be male.
Anything we recognize, or
No, definitely not. This is something you've never seen. The pottery themselves, I will say, Evie, with your background, I would say you recognize them to be of some value.
Okay.
there's no date on the coin?
No, there is writing on it, but you can't depict. You really can't
It's a
determine
mess.
what. Yeah, exactly. You have no idea.
Okay.
I walk up to Gorbun and go, you know how you're really strong and really good at carrying things? Can we take the urn? I think they're worth a bit.
Corbin tells you perhaps you should wait till you're finished looking through the dungeon before carrying fragile pottery.
Corbin is more
Okay.
wise than Evie.
Good point. This
It's
is
probably
why
by
you're the old
recollection.
one.
We could leave it outside the room.
Let's do it like when you like want to come back for an item at the shopping. So you put it like behind something else, so nobody else finds it.
I leave a waypoint here.
You're a mess.
Put it right just on the other side of that trap.
Yeah. So that way, like, you know, we know about the trap, but anybody else who doesn't, you know, I'm just saying, like, what if that wolf comes down here? Who knows?
Should I try resetting the trap?
Nah,
Let's
just
not do
leave it. But we know where it is.
All right, so that is the coffin or the sarcophagi. They are still sealed. Doesn't look like they have been disturbed. Other than that, and the two urns and two statues, nothing out of the ordinary is in here.
Because Leothander's kind of sort of in my mind because of the mule, I sort of look over them and go, huh, but if Leothander was here, he'd dive straight in and crack them open.
Sure, someone would probably punch him.
That was pretty standard for the course. Part of the course. Yeah.
Should we carry on?
I believe so. Nothing left in here. We're not going to open sarcophaguses, are we?
I wasn't planning on it.
I mean, that'd be weird.
All right, Evie,
The
you see.
4 smashed sarcophaguses.
Yep, no remains in any of the 4.
Any of my spidey senses tingling?
At the moment, no.
Okay.
Is that a crate or
Yeah,
a box
crate
or
is
something next to the
huge.
statue?
Next to the statue is a pillar that ascends to the ceiling.
Can I try opening the door?
Sure.
I try opening the door. I look for traps. In fact, Gorbun.
Sorry. I was on mute.
I yell for Gorbun to come and help me. He's better at noticing shit. I'm a bit derpy.
I just take a look.
Jeez, there's a trap in the other room. And there's skeletons in here. Cora's either daft or got big balls. In fact, I grab her and pull her out the moment I see her walking in.
What's this?
That was Corbin.
Okay.
You don't see anything, and Cora As you step in, nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
Can I look for traps in the rest? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Goblin did that.
All right.
Sarcophagus.
That looks
excuse
like
me.
a chest of some description.
Yep,
That was like a
that is a large gold chest. Although the color seems to be a little bit off. It probably isn't gold. Perhaps it's bronze or something of that nature. Very large. You see there are handles protruding from the edges, as if perhaps something heavy resided in it. You see there are the two statues of dwarves, one in each corner, and then the urn next to Merrick.
anything in the urn? Another 100 gold, maybe.
All right, you find 13 platinum pieces.
Oh, we look in the chest.
All right. It doesn't appear to have a. It does not appear to have a lock on it. Appears that there's just a latch holding it down.
Is it heavy?
I just
It appears to be.
Need a strength check?
Sure.
Okay. Hang on 1 second.
go open it. I'll go help her.
Would it be athletics or just strength? Raw strength.
Athletics is fine.
Sure.
I just yanked that shit off and fling it against the wall.
You lift it with ease, although it is heavy. Yeah, there's definitely something inside the chest. Although you do determine that the chest itself is heavy in and of itself.
Does the chest look valuable?
Do we see anything in the chest?
Inside, you see there is there is a metal shield.
Oh,
It is definitely a medium shield. It is more of a, how would you describe it? Oval, but more closer to a square with rounded edges. Very large, looks very heavy. On the front of it, there is that symbol again of the sun with the hammer, etched, not painted, but actually etched into the metal itself.
Say sword and hammer.
Sun.
I'll pick
Oh,
up the
no.
shield and hand it to Cora.
I take a look at it and feel its heft.
It's heavy, but I mean, no more than any other medium shield. Perhaps lighter.
Mechanics question, Josh.
Yeah.
Shields, are they all the same AC no matter what size? I thought shield was a standard +2 AC.
Yeah. pretty much, unless it's magical.
Okay. Okay. So it was just descriptive text.
I mean, it's really nice looking. I mean,
Right.
it's in pretty much pristine condition. Dusty, but that's it.
It really brings out the green in your eyes.
They're blue, but thanks for noticing. Or says to Evie.
Damn.
Should roll the charisma check. Okay. Yeah. I'll just have them deducted from my party funds and pick up the shield. If we're doing distribution that way, if we're not just taking items.
Might as well just take the shield if you want it.
Does anybody need mine?
I'll take
I
it.
think so.
Is that Merrick?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll hand him mine. It has the symbol of her clan on the front of it.
All right.
Okay. I'm sorry, Josh. One more.
Sure.
It's descriptive text on it.
Yeah, it has the etched in the face of the shield is a sun with the head of the hammer centered within the middle of the sun, with the shaft heading down towards the bottom. In the distant or drawn below that, you see what most likely represents snow-capped peaks.
Okay.
What's up with these skeletons on the floor?
You don't know.
When I have a look at them.
They're
Look, there's a skeleton on the floor.
Was that the only thing in the chest?
I'm sorry. What about the chest?
Is that it?
Yeah, that was the only thing that was in there. The chest itself is very, very weighty. It's probably worth some coin if you were to sell it, or even if you were to keep it. It's a really nice item.
Yeah, let's add that to the list of things we're gonna take with us.
Okay. Time to explore.
Sorry, I'm trying not to crunch chips in your ear. So, all right. So you travel down the hallway. You see there is a artistic wall, basically designed on this wall depicting battle. It looks like dwarves battling dwarves.
Anything in these urns?
Oh my god, I almost broke my tooth. You ever get a piece of like a tortilla chip that is rock hard? And
Yeah, it's like charcoal.
oh my god.
No,
Seriously,
no,
almost.
not in the UK ever.
Oh, you're missing out.
That's because you use real
chips and
food
salsa.
products.
Yeah, we have like food standards.
Um,
Chlorinated chicken country, which apparently we might get from Brexit.
The larger of the two urns, there appears to be a black powder of some sort in it, and the smaller of the urns, there appears to be nothing in there, but it does have a faint mildewy, just a very pungent scent.
Gorbun, is this black powder? Does it look edible? Just like pepper or something?
Gorbin, who bring Nash Andre down, and Gorbin over. Love it. All right. Corbin takes a look at it. Says no, that doesn't appear to be edible.
How does he know?
Ash. Dipping his pinky just barely into the powder and then tossing it to his tongue. He tells you it is ash.
Ah. I hope that wasn't dead people, Ash.
You see this, again, this is the artistic wall. It has the depiction. Again, it has that sun, the same sun at the center. And there are two sides. There are dwarves on both sides battling one another. It just looks like a large battle scene.
It looks like different factions that you could tell who or what.
You do see the individual with a glowing hammer, very much represented elsewhere in the chambers. Seems to be ahead of one faction that he seems to be leading. Looks to be crowned like a king.
Is there a crack in the wall? I think I'm seeing like a slither.
Let's do an investigation check.
Oh, I did perception at 23, but.
All right. Yes, there does in fact appear to be a slight sliver of light entering a space beyond.
That would be a shame to break the mural. Actually, no. Evie don't give a shit about that sort of thing.
So you breaking it?
Go, Bun. Do you want to knock on the wall? I think there's something behind it.
See if there's a button or something. See if maybe on the radius itself. Symbol.
All right. Corbin is. Well, let's see what he finds. Looking at it, Corbin identifies a button, more or less. He presses it. Look to have been just a natural crack in the stone. However, when pressed, it's actually over here next to the pillar. The entire wall shifts downward.
Oh, Gobblebun's so smart. Dude! I probably walked on so many traps, but dude! Either this is a vat of cheese or it's gold.
It's cheese. Either way, win-win.
Can't find it in my heart to not be happy about that, to be honest.
No, it is a very large urn filled with gold coins.
Fuck.
This is appearing more and more too good to be true.
There's definitely a dragon here. Does the urn look expensive again, or is this?
Yeah, all of them. Maybe. Keep in mind that Lady Aja, she is a collector of artifacts.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you don't know exactly what she's paying. The go rate is, but for intact urns, you can't imagine that it would be horribly bad. You assume she's going to make a hefty profit when she does trade it, but yeah, it's.
Yeah, I mean we can carry our own tents and somebody earns on the mule and maybe Gorbin carry some stuff. Might be to
All right.
take back quite a bit of loot.
If she's coming with the group, well, I'll just sell it to her now, and she could take care of having to bring it back.
Yeah, but then we might not get our cut if we just give it all to them. If her group takes it, we might not get any money. But if we take it, then we have to sell it to her.
Yeah, that's why we sell it to her while we're here. If she's coming too.
Oh
way we-
yeah.
Just
Did
make sure
you
the
say if
gold's
she was
out.
coming, or was she just sending people after us?
She did say she was coming, yeah, I believe.
Oh sweet.
I
Let's not
said
tell her
she
about the
joined
gold.
the group.
How much gold is in here?
All right. Are you going to sit there and count it out? We're pretty much going to end here for the night, which is probably a pretty good stopping place.
Sweet.
All right. All right. You find an even 800 gold pieces. You've never imagined that much wealth in your life.
That's insane.
Like, that's more money. Like, that's like king's wealth sort of money. Like you're used to paying a couple copper pieces for food and maybe a silver or two for this or that. 800 gold pieces is just beyond your imagination at this point.
I'll note all this down for.
Yeah, wrote it down too, just in case.
All right. So
You got the group stuff?
Yeah, I'll write it all down now.
Okay.
all right. Well done. Yep. We'll pick up next week. Hopefully everybody can be here. Bernie, if you're listening, hope everything's all right. All right, guys, let me know if you need anything in the meantime between now and next week. And everybody have a happy new year. Be safe.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Josh.
Yeah, no problem, guys. And have a good night.
Night, everyone.
Okay.
Adios.
Bye.
Right. See you guys later.